10 lines for usefulness of lines of microorganisms. Microorganisms are the dinosaurs help cycling process. Microbes are the decomposers and help in the screen microbial convert atmospheric compounds. Soil fertility. Bacillus helps in the formation of milk products like lactobacillus. Lactobacillus helps in the formation of milk products, curd and cheese. Lactobacillus helps in the formation of milk products like curd and cheese. Yeast helps in the formation of alcohols. We have seen that first of all, lactobacillus promotes the formation of okay, and now yeast is useful for baking industry. This is the basis of yeast. Yeast reproduce rapidly and produce dioxide. Why yeast is very useful? It reproduce rapidly and yeast reproduces rapidly and produces carbon dioxide during respiration. Yeast reproduces rapidly and produces carbon dioxide. Okay, thank you. Yeast reproduces rapidly and produces carbon dioxide during respiration. Bubbles of this gas fill the dough and increase its volume. Why yeast? The bubbles of the gas fill the dough and increase its volume. This is the basis of use of the yeast in the baking industry for making breads, pastries and cakes. For bread, pastries and products like idli and dosa prepared by the action of fungi. And next I am coming, the products of idli dosa are prepared by the action of fungi. And another is lactobacillus promotes the formation of curd. Lactobacillus promotes the formation of curd and it increases the soil fertility. Nitrogen fixing bacteria increasing the soil fertility. They are also used in cleaning up the environment. They are used to cleaning up the environment for organisms are used for cleaning up the environment means the organic waste vegetable remains of animals and fecals etc. are broken down into harmless and usable substances by bacteria. are useful, how bacteria are useful for cleaning up the environment, how bacteria are useful for cleaning up the environment. Okay, so answer will be the organic wastes like vegetable peels, remains of animals and feces are broken down into harmless and usable substances by the bacteria. Okay, and another one is how it is increasing the soil fertility. Some bacteria are there, they are fix the nitrogen, they are fix the atmosphere, they are fixing the atmospheric nitrogen, and thus they increase the soil fertility, so you are writing these 10 sentences for the usefulness, for the usefulness of the microorganism. You are writing the 10 sentences for the usefulness of the microorganisms. Okay, but this you have to know the explanation of these 10 sentences. So first one is you are cleaning a microorganisms or bacteria used for cleaning up the environment. How it is clear now? It is used for soil fertility. Now I am coming lactobacillus. Lactobacillus promotes the formation of cart. Lactobacillus promotes the formation of cart. Next, another one is yeast. Yeast is useful in baking industry. If it is buffering, I am repeating again and again. Just keep patience. I am repeating one sentence again and again. It will be clear after few seconds. Commercial use of microorganisms. So we can say that microorganisms or some fungus helps in the formation of alcohol and bakery products like bread and cakes. Here we can see that microorganisms are used for the large scale production of alcohol, wine and acetic acid or vinegar. Microorganisms are used for the production of for the large scale production of alcohol, wine and acetic acid. Microorganisms are used for the large scale production of alcohol, wine and acetic acid. Yeast is used for the commercial production of alcohol. Yeast is used for the commercial production of alcohol and wine. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice, crushed fruit juice, etc. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice, crushed fruit juices, etc. Yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and wine. Yeast is one type of fungi. Okay. So next I am coming. Yeast is used for fermentation of like idli and dosa, also prepared by the action of fungi. And another one is this sugar, conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation. Conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation. Okay, this is the smell of alcohol as sugar has been converted into alcohol by the yeast. The process of conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation. Another short question will be there. What is the name of the scientist Louis Pasteur discovered the fermentation? Louis Pasteur discovered the fermentation process. Louis Pasteur discovered fermentation process in 1857. The name of the scientist is Louis Pasteur. Now you have to just remind the spelling of the Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur. Okay. So medicinal use of microorganisms. Whenever you fall ill, the doctor may give you some antibiotic tablets, capsules or injections such as penicillin. So we can have antibiotics. So medicines such as penicillins are made from fungi. Another use of microorganism, medicinal use of microorganisms. Microorganisms are used antibiotics. Microorganisms are used to make antibiotics. Microorganisms are used to make antibiotics. Okay, the source of antibiotics like penicillin. The source of these medicines is microorganisms. These medicines kill or stop the growth of the disease causing microorganisms. Such medicines are called antibiotics. So what do you mean by antibiotics? Antibiotics are chemicals that inhibit the growth of microorganisms without harming the host. Precautions to be taken while taking antibiotics. So, and what do you mean by antibiotics? Antibiotics are the chemicals that inhibit the growth of microorganisms without harming the host. Antibiotics are the chemicals that inhibit the growth of microorganisms without harming the host. If you are taking antibiotics, that organisms or from that these antibiotics are made up of, it will kill the microorganisms, not your any product. Okay, or no, it will not harm your activities. So you have the dosage is very nominal, or you have to take prescribed doses of prescribed doses of antibiotics. Okay, precautions to be taken while taking antibiotics. So what are the precautions? Antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor. One must finish the entire course prescribed by the doctor. Antibiotics, however, are not effective against cold and flu, as these diseases are caused by virus. Okay, if you have cold and flu, and also those diseases are caused by virus, antibiotics will not active on that type of virus. Only can it can stop the growth of the microorganisms of mainly of bacterial. Okay, so the source of these medicines is microorganisms. These medicines kill or stop the growth of disease causing microorganisms. Okay, such medicines are called antibiotics. These days a number of antibiotics are being produced from the bacteria and fungi. Streptomycin, you have to write and you have to remember the spelling. Streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin are some of the antibiotics, commonly known antibiotics, okay, which are made from fungi and bacteria. The antibiotics are manufactured by growing specific microorganisms and are used to cure variety of diseases. Okay, the antibiotics are manufactured by growing specific microorganisms and are used to cure a variety of diseases. Antibiotics are even mixed with feed of livestock and poultry to check microbial infections in animals. They are also used to control many plant diseases. Okay, and again I am reading this. It is very important to remember that antibiotics should be taken. The precautions of antibiotic. This is the precautions of antibiotic. It is very important to remember that antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor. Also, you must complete the course prescribed by the doctor. If you take antibiotics when not needed or in wrong doses, it may make the drug less effective when you might need in it future. Okay, it make the drug less effective if you take in wrong dosage, or if you are taking the antibiotic if you not needed. that time. So it will be less effective. It will be less effective when might need it in future. Also, antibiotics taken unnecessarily may kill the beneficial bacteria in the body. You have some like ruminant, they have cellulose digesting bacteria. Like that, some bacteria, useful bacteria present in our body also. So also antibiotics taken unnecessarily may kill the beneficial bacteria in the body. Antibiotics, however, are not effective against cold and flu as these are caused by virus. Antibiotics, however, are not effective against cold and flu as these are caused by virus. Now again I am coming. These antibiotics means from the microorganisms you are also producing vaccines. From the microorganisms you are also producing vaccines also. Okay, now I am coming. It is over. Increasing soil fertility, I have told this. Some bacteria are able to fix nitrogen from atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and increase its fertility. Okay, so some bacteria, nitrogen fixing bacteria are there. They fix atmospheric nitrogen and increase the soil fertility. They are called commonly called biological nitrogen fixers. They are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers. They are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers. Okay, and they decompose the matter, they decompose the organic matter, so that they are used to cleaning up environment. They are used to clean up environment. Okay, microorganisms, the microorganisms can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substances and thereby clean up the environment. So here it is clear, microorganisms can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substances and thereby clean up the environment. Algal cell extracts such as agar are used for preparing medicines, food and cosmetics. Kelp, a brown algae, is a rich source of iodine and potassium. Many of seaweed are used as food in China and Japan. Okay, mushrooms are edible fungi. Some microorganisms, like mushrooms are edible fungi, and another microorganisms are there. Agar is algal cell extracts as agar are used for preparing medicines, food and cosmetics, like that. Next I am coming question. Write a short paragraph on the harmful of microorganisms. Harmful effects of microorganisms. I am going that side. Harmful effects of microorganisms. Microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Some of the microorganisms cause disease in beings, plants and animals. Such disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. So what do you mean by pathogens? Some disease causing microorganisms. What do you mean by pathogens? Some disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Some disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Some microorganisms spoil food. Some microorganisms spoil food, clothing and leather. Okay, so we can write, besides being useful, microorganisms are responsible for causing a large variety of diseases in plants, animals and human beings. They spoil food by breaking down food molecules and making new products which are generally smiley. These changes the chemical composition, taste and physical appearance of the food. Such food, if consumed, leads to diseases including food poisoning. In plants, they cause disease like wheat rust and citrus. They are producing some diseases like wheat rust and citrus canker. In animals, they cause diseases like mouth disease and anthrax. They spoil articles like clothes, leather, etc. So I am going here given they are causing diseases. In case of human beings, the diseases are tuberculosis, Disease causing agents are bacteria, transmission through air. Okay, measles, disease causing agent virus, transmission through it. Pox virus, transmission air or contact. Polio virus, air or water. So what to do? Keep the patient in complete isolation. The personal belongings of the patient away from those of others. Vaccination to be given at suitable age. So here we can see typhoid and cholera bacterial disease, typhoid and cholera bacterial disease, hepatitis A virus disease, is spread through water, malaria, protozoan disease spread through mosquito. So these are disease causing microorganisms. In plants we can see citrus cankers, this is bacterial disease, transmission through air. Also a fungal disease, mode of transmission air and seeds. Yellow vein mosaic or of windy or okra, this is a viral disease, transmission through insects. Foot and mouth disease and anthrax in case of animal, and it is also poisoning. It is also reason for food poisoning. Food poisoning could be due to consumption of organisms grow on our food. Sometimes produce toxic substances. Microorganisms grow on our food. Sometimes produce toxic substances. These make the food poisonous. Microorganisms produce toxic substances on the food. These make the food poisonous, causing serious even death. So it is very important that we preserve food to prevent it from being spoiling. Next question. What are antibiotics? This is the last question. What are antibiotics? What precautions must be taken while taking antibiotics? So students, I have told you what are antibiotics. The chemicals that inhibit. Finish the chapter. Any problem you can ask me. Students, we have finished this chapter. Will come in second phase of the examination. If you have any problem you can ask me, and don't expect a flat question from this chapter also, so answers should be clear. So that's all for today's class. If you have any question you can ask me, any doubt you can ask. I think I am audible. I think if you have any doubt you can ask me. Today I'll discuss penicillin. Penicillin from one type of fungus that use stop or check the growth of microorganisms like pathogen. So we'll again discuss an antibiotic coming from fungus. Okay, it helps to check the growth of the microorganism mainly. Okay, thank you students.